Hello students. Next in software process management, we are having these artifacts of the process. So conventional software projects focused on the sequential development of the software artifacts. So they are concentrated on the development. So build the requirements. Construct a design model traceable to the requirements, build a implementation traceable to the design model, and compile and test the implementation for deployment. This process can work for small scale, purely custom development in which the design representation, and deployment representation are closely aligned. So here what happened means they are mainly concentrated on the development. In this we are taking sequential development means one by one. First what we are doing, we are building the requirements, next we are designing, next we are implementing, and next we are deploying. For that purpose we are using these artifacts. So for example, a single program that is intended to run on a single computer of a single type and is composed entirely of special purpose custom components can be constructed with straightforward traceability among all the representations. Okay, that we are calling as representations, like design representation, implementation representation, deployment representation, like that. Okay. But however this approach was not doesn't work very well for most of today's software terms. Okay, so for that we are taking some artifact sets. In that artifact sets, to make the development of the complete software system manageable, distinct collections of the information are organized into sets. In these artifact sets we are taking the collection of same information. Okay, so each set comprises related artifacts that are persistent and in a uniform representation format, that is such as English text, C++, Visual Basic, Java, or any standard template document, or a standard spreadsheet term, or a UML model. You are taking for representing these artifact sets. While a set means set represent a complete aspect of the system, an artifact represents cohesive information that typically is developed and reviewed as a single entry or entity. Okay, here we are taking artifact set. No, in that set means it is representing complete aspect of the system. Artifact is representing the information which is used to develop and review the entities. Okay, so in any given organization, project, or system, some of these artifacts are even some sets, so many be it trivial or unnecessary. In general, however, some information needs to be captured in each set to satisfy all stakeholders. Okay, here we are taking the information in each and every phases. Lifecycle software artifacts are organized into 5 distinct sets that are roughly partitioned by the underlying language of the set. We are The life cycle of the artifact sets is divided into 5 tests. They are: first one, management. In this management, ad hoc textual formats are taken. Second one, requirements. In that, organized text and models of the problem space is taken. Next one, design. In that, models of the solution space are taken. And fourth one, implementation. In this, human readable programming language and associated source files are taken. And lastly, deployment. In that, machine processable languages and associated files are taken. Okay, here the emergence of the rigorous and more powerful engineering notations for requirements and design artifacts that support architecture First, first development was a major technological advance. Okay, in uniform modeling language has evolved into a suitable representation format, namely visual models with a well specified syntax and semantics for the requirements are design artifacts. Okay, that is given in this table. See here, requirement sets, design sets, implementation sets, and deployment sets. In requirement sets we are taking vision document and requirements models. In design set we are taking design models, test models, software architecture description. In implementation we are taking source code baselines, associated compile time files, and component executables. Next, in deployment we are taking integrated product executable baselines, associated runtime files, user manuals. Okay, these are all linked to the management set, single management set. In that again you are having planning artifacts and operational artifacts. In this planning artifacts you are taking work breakdown structure, business case, release specifications, software development plan. So next, in operational we are taking release descriptions, status assessments, software change order database, and deployment documents and environment into consideration. Okay, so these all sets you have to learn particularly. So here next thing we are having management set. What you are doing in this management set means, it captures the artifacts associated with the process planning and execution. These artifacts uses ad hoc notation including text graphs or whatever representations required to capture the contracts among. Okay, here in this management set you are taking text graphics. Okay, so whatever you are taking into the contracts. So next, project personnel. In this, project manager is involved, architects are involved, developers are involved, and treasurer testers are involved. Next, markers and administrators are involved. Okay, you are calling stakeholders here. Who is that stakeholders? Funding authority, users, software project manager, organization manager, regularity agency, and between project personnel and stakeholders are taken. In this management sets, here we are having some management set artifacts are evaluated, assessed and measured through a combination of the following. What are they? First one, it is relevant stakeholder reviews are taken, analysis of changes between the current version of the artifact and previous versions. That is management trends and project performance changes in terms of cost, schedule, and quality. Here, previous versions and future versions are, current versions are taken into consideration. In this last one, major milestone demonstrations of the balance among all artifacts, and in particular the accuracy of the business case and vision artifacts are taken. Okay, so next one, the engineering set. In this engineering set, here we are having requirement sets, design sets, implementation sets, deployment sets. In that, first one is requirement. Okay, requirement sets are structure text is used for vision statement. Okay, so which documents the project scope that supports the contract between funding authority and the project team. Okay, so it is the contract between funding authority and project team. Ad hoc formats may also be used for supplementary specifications like regular regular requirements and user mock-ups or other prototypes that can capture the requirements. Okay, in this requirement artifacts are evaluated, assessed, and measured through a combination of the following. What are they? First one, analysis of consistency with the release specification of the management set. Second one, analysis of consistency between the vision and the requirement models. Here we are taking consistency between specifications and management of management sets and um, vision and requirements. Okay, next one, mapping against the design, implementation and deployment sets to evaluate the consistency and completeness, and the semantic balance between information in the different sets are taken. Mapping is done between design and implementation and deployment. Okay, so next one, analysis of the changes between the current version of the requirement artifacts and previous versions are taken, like scrap, rework and defect elimination trends are taken. Next, subjective review of other dimensions of quality are taken into consideration. That is about requirement set. Next, we are taking in design set. Design set UML notations is used to engineer that design models for the solution. Here we are designing. Okay, the for designing purpose we are taking UML notations. The designing set contains varying levels of abstractions that represent the components of the solution space, that is identities, attributes, static relationships, dynamic interactions are taken. Okay, in this design model it is evaluated, assessed and measured through a combination of the following. What are they? Here we are taking analysis of the internal consistency and the quality of the design model. Okay, second one, we are taking analysis of the consistency with the requirements models. Third one, we are translation into implementation and deployment sets and notations. For example, traceability, source code generation, compilation, linking, to evaluate the consistency and completeness and the semantic balance between information in the sets are taken. Next one, analysis of changes between the current version of the design model and previous versions. Same point like in previous one, scrap, rework and defect eliminations are trends are taken. Okay, next one, subjective reviews of other dimensions of the quality dimensions to be taken. Okay, before the level of the automated analysis available on these design models is currently limited. Okay, human analysis must be relied on. Next, we are having implementation set. In this implementation set includes a source code like a programming language notation that represent the tangible implementation of the components, that is their form, interface and dependency relationships, and any executable necessities to the standalone testing of the components are taken. These executables are primitive parts needed to construct the end product, including custom components, application programming interfaces, that is API, of the commercial components, and APIs or reusable or legacy components in the programming language like ADA 95, C++, Visual Basic, Java or assembly languages are taken. They are compiled and linked into the subset and they are deployed. Okay, and that is end target executables. Okay, in this implementation we are taking analysis of implementation sets are human readable formats that are evaluated, assessed and measured through a combination of the following. What are they? First one, the analysis of the consistency with the design model. Second one, translation into deployment set notations. For example, compilation and linking. So to evaluate the consistency and completeness among artifact sets are taken. Next, assessment of the component source or executable files against relevant evaluation criteria through inspection, analysis, demonstrations or testing are taken. Next, execution of a standalone component test cases that are automatically compare expected results with actual results. Here we are comparing expected results with actual results. Next, analysis of the changes between the current version of the implementation set and previous versions, like here same as this point is same in all sets, that is scrap, rework and defects are taken. Next, subjective review of other dimensions of quality. This point is also same in all sets. Okay. Lastly, we are having deployment set. In this deployment set, we are having it is used, or it includes user deliverables and machine language notations. It is executable software and build scripts, installation scripts, and executable target specific data necessary to use the product in its target environment. Okay, so the following deployment sets are evaluated, assessed and measured through a combination of the following. See here, testing. First one, testing against the usage scenarios and quality attributes is defined in the requirement set to evaluate the consistency and completeness and semantic balance between the information in the two sets are taken. Next one, testing the partitioning, replication, and allocation strategies in the mapping components of the implementation set to physical resources of the deployment systems, that is platform type, number, network number are taken. Okay, next one, testing against the defined usage scenarios in the user manual, such as installation, user oriented, dynamic reconfiguration, mainstream usages, and anomaly management are taken. Okay, next, these two steps are very same, that is analysis of the changes between the current version of the deployment set and previous versions are taken. It defect elimination trends are taken, and performance changes into consideration. Subjective reviews of other dimensions of quality is taken. See here in this diagram, we are it is showing the life cycle focuses on artifact sets. See, we are having four phases. What are the? Inception, elaboration, construction, and transition. Next, we are having design, management requirements, design, implementation, and deployment. Okay, in that, in which phase what management is doing and requirements are doing, how much work it is doing, it is shown here in this graph. Okay, so next one, implementation set versus deployment sets. In this separation of the implementation sets, that is source code, from the deployment set, that is executable code. Okay, here we are separating source code from executable code is important because there are very different concerns with each set. So the structure of the information delivered to the user is very different from the structure of the source code information, that is telling ones, delivering ones are different. So engineering decisions that have an impact on the quality of the deployment set but are relatively incomprehensible in designing and implementation sets includes the following. What are they? What are there means here, first one, dynamical reconfigurable parameters are taken, that is buffer size, color patties, palettes. Next, number of servers, number of simultaneous clients, data files, runtime parameters are taken. Next one, second one, effective of compiler or link optimizations, such as space optimizations versus speed optimizations are taken. Next, third one, performance under certain allocation strategies are taken, that is centralized versus distributed primary and shadow threads, dynamic load balancing, hot backup versus checkpoints or rollbacks are taken. Next one, virtual machine constraints are taken, What are they? Means file descriptors, garbage collections, heap size, maximum record size, disk files, rotations. Okay, next one, process levels. In this process levels, a concurrency issues such as deadlock and race conditions are taken. Lastly, platform specific difference in performance or behavior are taken. Okay, so what happened here? We have differentiated between these two things. Okay, thank you.